smell like a candle? This isn't part of the intro. I was just asking, do you like the smell of the candle?
I can't really smell
I was starting small talk.
I can't really smell it. I don't really have a sense of smell.
Well, you're in the house.
Have you ever noticed that my nose is like not straight? If you look straight on my face,
Well, it's because you've broken it a lot, right?
I've broken it twice, I think.
Yeah, so that, yeah, it never.
I really should get it corrected though.
Why? Don't do it. It's expensive. You look pretty.
Watch.
Oh, well, yeah, that might be
I
a
can't
problem.
breathe in through, or I barely breathe in through one nostril. And I also barely have a sense of smell.
And that's probably not good. You should probably.
No.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe you should get that fixed.
Yeah.
You mutant.
It's probably why I don't sleep that well.
Speaking of you, why are you in my house? I'm assuming it's podcasting time because when I turned around, you were there and a desk, a computer, and 2 microphones were sitting here.
Normally it's 3 though.
Right. Well, that third one was there and then magically it disappeared. So
Oh.
it was kind of like Smash Brothers.
Why did that happen, Ryan? Why did I appear here and all the equipment was here?
Well, it's Monday. I just got home from work. Yes, it's Monday.
Okay.
That's when this is supposed to appear. It's Monday.
Monday while you're still at work.
No. Oh, yeah.
Did you get home early today?
Yeah. I called off sick.
Okay. Then why am I here with you? That's bad. That's dangerous for me.
I don't know, man. You just showed up.
Okay.
You just
Yeah.
popped in. Why are you here? Why are you here?
Because we're recording a podcast. Why else would I be here?
Why are we recording a podcast?
Because we have a commitment to our fans to record a podcast. And after 92 episodes, we're in too deep.
Like Sum 41, we're in too deep. Yeah, so this is
It's
the new
light
time.
outside.
This is the new time. Yeah, it is light outside.
We're recording a show while it's light outside.
It's also usually light outside when you're here. We've been recording in the summertime.
Yeah.
It doesn't get dark until 9 o'clock.
But by the time we're done recording, it's dark.
Right, but when we start, it's still light.
It's not this light.
Hi.
Hey, Ryan.
Welcome to
I popped back into existence to
Welcome
record another
to
episode with you.
a new episode. I know you're like, whoa, I just listened to this episode.
Slop, Squalcher, Clunge, Bloskling.
Yes. Welcome to whatever you just said. And it's our new time slot, Monday. Not a new time as in we're still
New
11.
Dayslot.
Just a new day slot. That's
I think the term they use in the business.
Make sure you
that's
got
how you know we're professional.
Yes, so make sure you got your updated TV guide so you can know what time we're supposed to be. Do you remember TV guides?
Yeah, I do. I remember opening up the newspaper to see what time things were going to be on.
How? I don't know if you like. I used to have Dish and like cable and stuff, and sometimes that, like Dish, you would hit guide and it would show you like what the next movie or show is that's coming after whatever you're currently watching.
Yeah,
and that wouldn't be right. So you think that would ever happen with TV guides? Do you ever think someone was just like
Probably.
real excited? They open their TV guide, they're coming home from a tough day, and they're just like, I'm ready to watch the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I can't talk.
Actually, now, because like the things people really checked for were like Jeopardy and stuff like that.
But
And those are
Jeopardy was
always
on.
running.
How long has Jeopardy been on? What
Like
season
40
is Jeopardy
years?
on?
I don't even
Does
know.
Jeopardy break into seasons?
I don't think it does.
What about Family Feud?
I don't think any of the
Think
game
we could-
shows do.
We should go on Family Feud.
Okay.
Just the three of us. I know they require a 5-person family, but we don't have that, so we're a family of 3.
No, they are in seasons. There's 22 seasons of Family Feud with 2,311 episodes.
What's the longest running series? It's Arthur, right?
No.
What was the the longest running series? Apparently, we weren't supposed to record today. I can't talk.
Yeah, your brain wasn't ready for it. General Hospital.
General Hospital, like.
Well, wait. Based on number of episodes, longest running scripted American primetime television series. Is that what you want to know?
Yeah, I
The
guess.
Simpsons, with 32 seasons and 706 episodes.
Wow, really?
Then Gunsmoke, which aired from 1955 to 1975 for 20 seasons. They ran 20 seasons, a season a year for 20 years, 635 episodes. Lassie, 54 to 71, 591 episodes.
What about The Young and the Restless? Those soap operas, because they don't stop.
They don't count as primetime television.
How long is that show been going on?
I don't know. General Hospital, April 1st, 1963, 58 years. Wait, are these? Oh yeah, no, these are ones that are still running. Days of Our Lives, Sesame Street, Masterpiece Theater, Price is Right, Young and the Restless. 48 years since 73. Is that the one you asked about?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So General Hospital? That's a soap opera.
Yeah, and I think it was a radio show before that.
Jeez, why? Why is that?
People watch it.
Yeah, but
Old
they-
ladies have nothing better to do while they're waiting for their car at the dealership on a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, but wouldn't you like run out of things to? That is, boy,
Dude,
that's
that's how the medical stuff does so well. Is they can just keep telling the same stories over and over again, but put a different person with a disease.
yeah. What you just did though, that was so accurate to the people that watch these shows.
I know.
Wow. I don't know why that tripped me up when you said that. My brain in me is like, wow, that's very accurate.
Their sage advice.
Yeah, that was very good. Wow, that came right to you.
Yeah, I'm well aware of the how it all works.
You're a better comedian.
That's
than
who
me.
watches all the daytime game shows. Is just a bunch of old people.
Right.
Our generation doesn't watch those shows. They're fun though.
I dated a girl in college.
You dated a girl. Nice. Congratulations.
Thanks. Anyway, I dated a girl in college that she couldn't sleep without the TV on.
I'm
And
like that.
I need it to be everyone to shut up and quiet. But the problem was, I was like, I can get used to this. I can get used to it. But she watched the Game Show Network, so
It's a game show network.
yeah.
Just runs reruns and stuff.
It just runs game shows, just different game shows.
I could veg out to that.
So imagine
I'm really good at Family Feud.
Well, that's the thing. So like, you get Family Feud or something, and I like we'd be like, she'd be past like asleep, and I'd be like trying to go to sleep, and I would keep watching the TV, and then I'd realize like it's like 3:00 in the morning, and I'm like binge.
Yeah.
I've watched like 80 episodes of Family Feud, and
I have to put something boring on to sleep to it.
That's the thing.
But like I've gotten to the point where even if I'm like, because recently I was at my uncle's lake house helping him knock out a wall, and me and my dad were sharing a room, and I actually took my Samsung wireless earbuds and had one in so I could watch a video to fall asleep to. That's how
Wow.
bad I've gotten. I can't fall asleep without something to listen to.
that's weird to me. Well, the thing is, like, even after we broke up, like, I still hear Steve Harvey every so often. The endless void of my dreams, I'll just hear just like Nani. Like,
Does he say that?
yeah, like there's memes of him.
Oh.
That's one of my like. So we were watching that guy who does those mod videos of Battlefront.
Yeah.
and that's his favorite thing. He always like puts, because instead of using the Nani from the Omaewa Shingdu meme, he somehow like found a soundbite of Steve Harvey saying Nani.
Oh, God.
It's just funny. But
Speaking of Nani, I watched a movie. Me and my dad watched a movie last night.
what'd you watch?
Riders of Justice. Have you ever heard of it? It is a Mads Mikkelsen movie. It's all in Danish.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
And it's about a girl and her mother on a train when it gets in an accident, and the mother gets killed. And so her dad, Mads Mikkelsen, comes back from war or whatever to be a parent, but he's a bad parent. Well, there's a guy who is shown in the movie to be, and there's three of these guys who are shown to be like absolutely brilliant dudes, but
Right.
deeply troubled with no common sense. And one of them was on this train and offered the seat to the mother. And almost as soon as the mother sat down, the accident happened and sheared off the side of the train he was sitting on. Well, then he notices a couple of different people in the train and realizes that it wasn't an accident. It was an assassination attempt on a different guy in the car behind them. And it succeeded. And so he goes to Mads Mikkelsen. He gets his two friends, and they go to Mads Mikkelsen, and they're like, your wife's death wasn't an accident. And so it's about these guys trying to bring down the Riders of Justice, the biker gang that assassinated the one of their own that was going to blow open their whole operation. It was
Wow.
really good.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I recommend it.
You know what else was interesting?
Yeah?
The rise and fall of the Bad Batch
Yeah.
season. So the last
I like
episode.
those. As a whole, I like the season. I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
The show's good. It's
The
just
characters are great. I love the characters.
that's a popular thing with like these TV shows now, where like the second to last episode builds up. The Mandalorian was the only one so far that like its season finale I like cried. But that was season 2.
Well, no. Series finale of Clone Wars was rough.
Right. I just like it's
and
weird.
Rebels.
I expected Rebels didn't really hit me as hard as it.
It kind of
Well,
Kanan's death.
It did you, not me. Like it
Well,
kind of didn't hit me as hard.
Well, then you're wrong.
Whatever.
How do I have more empathy than you do? That doesn't track.
It doesn't?
I don't think so. I've never thought of myself as crazy empathetic, but as I've gotten older, I think I've gotten more so.
What does that say about me?
I don't know.
Probably not good things. That's what I'm thinking. But
That's what my thinking.
my thinking.
That's what my thinking about.
So high points. Tell me about it. What'd you think? Like, give me your
part one of the season finale.
Let's start this. Tell me what you thought about the season finale episode, and then bring that into your overall feelings of Bad Batch and what you liked, what you didn't like.
Okay. First of all, spoilers. Second of all, I did not expect the destruction of Camino to hit me as hard as it did.
Really?
Like that's been the setting of like the last 20 years of Star Wars. Like,
right?
It was the birthplace of the clones, and it spawned that whole era, and now it's gone.
Right. And you could see that one of the clones did not feel very good about it when he walks up to the admiral that was in charge.
He was kind of
like,
stumbling.
Yeah, he's just like, it's gone.
Yeah.
Camino's gone.
Yeah.
And
that should really broadcast to the clones like they're not long for this world.
The part that made me feel like a good bit of emotion is during the part where they show like the Camino's like filling up with water, and they show the like clone baby like tubes of the ones that are still basically fetuses like melt. Yeah. You're like, wow, that's rough.
Yeah.
Like, didn't expect Disney to show that to me.
The Empire were thorough.
Yeah.
And just I take it back a little bit. I said the second part was underwhelming. The escape was cool. Like all the stuff they had to do to get out of the city that had fallen to the bottom of the ocean.
Right.
And we also got to see a new Kaminoan sea monster.
Yeah, which I like the small detail of how like these big monsters, how do these like Camino towns like stay up, like how does nothing attack the supports for these buildings? I mean, granted, anyone could assume like, oh, there's some kind of defense to keep monsters from, but it's nice to see it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I know I say like sometimes I don't like things to blatantly tell me everything, but that was one I really liked them telling me.
Yeah, overall, I think it was good. The show was, for the most part, was just a bunch of side quests. Like, I think if you wanted to go through and just get the story, you only have to watch 5 or 6 episodes.
Right.
Just to expedite your way through basically any episode that Crosshair is in.
Yeah.
If you just go by which one's Crosshair's in, you'll probably get the whole gist of the story pretty easily.
So
you'll just miss out on how different characters are, how the other characters are developed, and specifically how they all relate to Omega.
Mm-hmm. So here's my the show is good. Mm-hmm. It has a strong start, in my opinion. Towards the start, the middle, it gets real like as you're on the roller coaster, it has its high points, then the middle starts to go down, and then it gets real high again. Like the start, probably the first episode that Cad Bane's in, where we first see him, that's when the show went back up to me. But for a long time, it was real like
it's just
cool.
side quests.
Yeah, it was cool to see that stuff, but it wasn't.
What do you think? What was the Kaminoan's name we see at the very end? Lana Say or something like that. What do you think she's doing? Because they brought her into this Imperial facility.
Well, that's the connection to.
I know what ostensibly it is to the Empire cloning the Emperor cloning himself.
Right.
But I wonder if we're going to see something with the Zillo Beast come up.
Potentially,
because the last we heard about that, Palpatine had told another cloner to try to clone it. And so, for a quick synopsis, the Zillo Beast lives on what's the Dug homeworld called?
I don't know. I'm trying to dig through.
It was
my
the big
library.
3-arm thing that was invincible to lightsabers. Even it's this big huge monster that lives on the Dug, which Sebulba was a Dug. It lives on their home world, or lived on their home world. They were hunted to extinction, or so they thought. But then a new experimental weapon wakes one up, and they have a heck of a time getting it to pass out enough to take. And then Palpatine insists on bringing it to Coruscant to be studied. It breaks out on Coruscant and wreaks havoc through the streets of Coruscant. Mm-hmm. And then they finally end up having to kill it.
Yeah, clone for it.
But then, as it's being carted away, he gives the cloner, the scientist working on it, new orders, which is to clone it. And that's the last we heard about that. And now, we have one of the best scientists of a species known for their cloning being hired by the Emperor. What are the odds she's not also going to work on the Zillo Beast?
I mean, she's probably going to work on a lot of things, but definitely that was also to help tie in, because everything they're trying to do now is to tie in to Snoke and all that. So, and that's, I mean,
we'll see.
Which, again, as the internet keeps trying to say, they're erasing the sequel trilogy. But as you have enough evidence now to see they're not erasing it. They're doing their best to connect it so it makes sense.
But the thing is that for any of that to make sense, he has to start right when he took power.
Right.
Which, sure, whatever.
Dave Filoni doing his best.
I did. Are you familiar with r/ma installation?
No, I don't think so.
It's the subreddit where people go way too deep into Star Wars lore and how things work in the universe.
Right.
You might be upset at me for this. I read a lot of things that have swayed my opinion on the stupidity of the hyperspace RAM.
Okay. I'm interested.
So apparently the novelization specifically calls out the fact that wouldn't have worked if Poe hadn't already set a hyperspace entry point that happened to be right behind the supremacy, like right behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, the Radis which was the capital ship she used, was extremely massive, like twice the size of a Star Destroyer.
Right.
And had special shielding, had special experimental shielding. All of that combined to make the fact that, a ship going into hyperspace is in real space for a split second while it's jumping.
Mm-hmm.
What happened was she did that, and the mass of it, just the sheer mass entering hyperspace right behind the supremacy, smashed through. Essentially, she had infinite mass the instant it collided with the supremacy, because nothing else could break the shields.
Yeah.
And it would have the shields of the supremacy would have dissipated anything else. So it really was just total luck. And then when people bring up why not just do it to the Death Star? It's like, well, the X-Wings and even the capital ships of the time didn't have enough mass to do it.
Right.
They would have bounced off the deflector shields.
But the thing, and look,
so it's not.
You're right. It is luck, and I think that Disney knows. I think what Disney was trying to do is say like, yeah, this makes sense. You could do this, and then they realize it doesn't make sense. No, that's
another
interesting.
Thing.
People
complained about that. They complained about it in Last Jedi, but not as much in Solo about the whole fuel thing. But fuel's been brought up a bunch of times in Clone Wars and Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a huge issue in Rebels a couple times that they don't have fuel to power their ships.
They mention it even in The Mandalorian. They mention it. They're like he says, like, this won't even buy the fuel. To get,
like fuel has been brought up before, and it's obvious. Like, these ships don't run on magic. Like, obviously they needed some sort of fuel. We see it even in A New Hope. We see big hoses connected to the ships. It's like, what do you think they're doing with those?
Yeah, in New Hope, that's what Solo says. He's like, finish fueling up finish fueling up before they leave.
Yeah.
They leave
Tatooine. Like, of course they need fuel.
I just realized
that was one of the weirder
I tried
ones.
to drink, and then I forgot that I wanted to drink, so I put my cup down. I picked it up to look at you, and then
all of this to wrap around and back to say, do you have a drinking? Ryan just spilled a bunch down his face. What did you think of the Rad Batch, as I like to call them?
It's cold. I mean, I clearly I like the Bad Batch.
You have their shuttle up.
I've warmed up to them. There was a lot of stuff that was boring to me. Like the side quest stuff was kind of like Like if I missed it, I know now that if I would have not watched any of them, I did not miss anything. I could have a full conversation about this show. Because I can't think of anything from that show that really, from those like episodes that mattered.
Yeah.
As much. Maybe like. Yeah, nah, none of them did. Although the show's really good, I'm really curious what what season 2 is going to be about.
Yeah,
and where that leaves us with Crosshair.
Well, we still need to figure out with Wolf what's going on with the Wolf.
Oh, that's true. We haven't seen.
Wolf yet. We've seen Gregor, but we haven't seen Wolf. I like how on IMDb D. Bradley Baker is just credited as the Bad Batch.
Is it really?
They don't even credit him as the specific characters. He's just credited as the entire Bad Batch.
Because, I mean, he is the
which makes sense. Also, is this... Oh. Wait. Rhea Perlman voices Sid. She's married to Danny DeVito. If I had to guess, she's Ron Perlman's sister.
What a legend.
Oh,
Is that what it is?
No, she's not related to Ron Perlman. Weird.
Huh.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I really enjoy seeing the whole like rise of the Empire, like the very beginning of the Empire.
Yeah, because I care about that stuff.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, like I like to see like the offshoot stuff that people don't think about. Like, how is the whole galaxy being affected? Like watching the Empire fill in all these like cities and like filling in. I want to also see more of like the Outer Rim stuff to see how everything gets affected by the like, because with the Outer Rim being outside of the Empire's like grasp, how much moves out to the like.
Well, yeah.
You know, how does that affect? Because obviously people are going to move to the Outer Rim to hide.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure we're going to see the Bad Batch have to start doing that because they're based off of Ord Mantell right now, right?
Right.
That's not in the Outer Rim. That's in the Mid Rim, I think.
Right. So
we're probably going to see them have to be pushed out into the Outer Rim. But rewatching Rebels, I don't think we're going to see as much of the start of the rebellion as I thought.
Good.
Because Rebels really was it. I mean, even at the beginning of Rebels, which is 3 years before A New Hope, it's still just a loose collection of cells. Like a lot of the major leaders hadn't sprung up as rebels yet.
Right.
Like Mon Mothma and even Leia was just doing supply running.
I think Cassian Andor series is going to talk about. I think we're going to see that in Andor. Not. I think we'll see a lot more of that stuff there. That and like maybe Kenobi will mention kind of that stuff.
It depends on when Kenobi takes place.
I'm interested in what Kenobi's going to be about because how can you make?
I'd like to see him reconciling his experiences with Maul, but then you only have like a year between that and A New Hope. So you don't have that much time to play with him.
Right.
If you set it then. So you have to set it before then.
Well, Maul can't show up in Kenobi. Maul can't.
Yeah, you're right.
He can't because how Maul finds out that Kenobi's alive.
Well, he could show up because I find it hard to believe the whole series is going to be set on Tatooine.
I do too. Unless it's going to be some kind of like.
I don't think it's ever implied that's like that Maul hadn't seen him since their last encounter in.
There's a lot. I've heard a lot of theories where it's most likely we're going to see Vader and Obi-Wan fight at some point, which I mean, I guess.
I mean, it'd have to be still early on because just their dialogue in A New Hope implies that they hadn't seen each other in a long time.
Right. Well, I mean, he says like, when I left you, I was but the learner. I mean, you could still imply like as he's getting new in the suit, like he's now learning how to fight in the suit. He was a learner, but that's what I mean. There's a lot of like iffy stuff that has to go with that.
And even then, that dialogue doesn't work with Clone Wars because he wasn't Obi-Wan's learner for basically the entirety of the Clone Wars. Anakin had his own Padawan.
Right.
So
that's the thing. I get why people were angry with Ahsoka at first because it literally does like nothing adds up to the New Hope. And
I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like I don't know if I would despise it if they remade A New Hope.
I don't think I'd like that.
I don't know. It'd have to be.
I don't think I'd like that because then if that's did well, that won't do well because the moment you tell people you're remaking the most loved Star Wars film in the catalog of Star Wars media, but also I don't want that. I don't want them to set the precedent that, if we don't like the things of that, let's just remake it. Because that's what Disney already wants to do, is they want to remake stuff that doesn't fit into like a certain political view. So I don't want them doing that with Star Wars. Star Wars had nothing.
Okay, hear about this. New Hope Special Edition, but all you do is you just CG in a ghost in like the back of the hangar at the end. There you go.
Okay.
The ghost being the ship from Rebels.
Sure, that's fine. I can get behind that.
And do it in Return of the Jedi too. Add her to the Battle of Endor.
Right.
Because she did. It is canon that she fought in that.
So was Rex, which
he's already in it.
Yeah.
Got retconned.
Yeah. I don't want that to ever. I just never want to hear Disney trying to remake Star Wars.
Yeah. Because the more I think about it, the more I'm like,
if you think about it, 4 through 6. Yeah, 4 through 6 are very good, and there's no political crap in it. Like, it was just a film to be a film, and I don't want that anymore. I'm done with that in Star Wars, and I know it's not going to stop. But this new pilots or whatever that pilot show that's coming out,
Resistance.
Is it just called? No, Resistance is already out, isn't it?
I think so.
There's a new series that they're making.
Damn, I was hoping to. I went to the IMDb page for Return of the Jedi to see if anyone added a credit for Rex, and it's not. They just retconned it.
What? Can you do me a favor? Can you Google what are the upcoming Star Wars shows and movies?
Upcoming Star Wars
Content.
shows and movies. Which one's next? Book of Boba Fett this fall. Andor 2022. Obi-Wan Kenobi 2022.
Did they cancel a bunch of stuff?
No, I think they're just further out.
Well, that's what there's one of them that Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins is doing.
Book of Boba Fett December 2021. Mandalorian season 3 is Ahsoka. I think these are things that don't have a date yet.
Rangers of the New Republic. That show.
They just don't have dates yet. Andor's 2022.
Right. That was the show I was trying to say is like that show's apparently already been confirmed to have some real political focused stuff from like interviews with the director and stuff that they want to show certain things in a certain light. So it's like, okay, well then I'm not interested. It's like
Rogue Squadron already has a release date, December 22nd, 2023. That's the next Star Wars film. We're not getting a Star Wars film until Christmas 2023.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. But I know nobody wants this.
Patty Jenkins will usher in a future era of the galaxy with Rogue Squadron, introducing a new generation of starfighter pilots. So it's not even going to be about like Wedge and Luke and
so it's that one. That one is there's interviews about it being more of a politically based show.
Are you sure you're not thinking about The Acolyte?
I'm pretty sure.
There's a couple of these that are like...
There was whatever. I'm pretty sure it's that one because it's the one where they show off that like the director comes from an Air Force family.
Yeah, that's Patty Jenkins.
Yeah, so it's that.
It's Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, that's the one. But so
Untitled Taika Waititi movie Lando.
I
Visions,
forgot that show's coming.
A Droid Story, Untitled Ryan Johnson trilogy, Untitled Kevin Feige movie.
Ryan Johnson
Some of
trilogy
these
is not
these
happening.
are all rumored.
Yeah, Ryan Johnson trilogy is not happening. That's definitely not happening anymore.
So
the
future's there. I mean, some of these I'm excited about. Book of Boba Fett's probably gonna be really good.
I know Daisy Ridley does not want to come back, and I don't blame her. But she doesn't want to come back. But I would really like to see her Jedi Academy. I want to see that.
I want to see Luke's. I want to see what Luke's up to. Stop de-aging Mark Hamill. Let him pass on the torch. Get Sebastian Stan and show us Luke's Jedi Academy before Kylo Ren ruined the place.
I would be fine with that.
Then when Kylo Ren rolls up with his new red lightsaber, we have Luke walk up to a wall where a bunch of wolves are running in circles, and he steps through it, and he just changes the timeline with the world between worlds.
I see what you're trying to do.
And then we go on a new timeline where Luke continues his Jedi training.
Cool.
With
Grogu and all them.
Yeah.
I agree. I like that. Did you see that for the last episode of The Mandalorian season 2, they actually brought Mark Hamill back?
Yeah.
Like he was actually in the suit or in the...
It was, and he got de-aged.
Yeah. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, he also sounded like him, like his old self too.
Yeah.
Because
I wonder if they used a lot of old dialogue.
Probably.
And stitched it together.
I guarantee they did.
Anyway.
But yeah.
So Star Wars, it's looking good these days, I think.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
Star
want
Wars has always
good
been
stuff.
hit or miss, though.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I like it. I don't care if people say. I know people get mad.
I'm ready for more Star Trek, though. I'm ready. The first episode of Lower Decks came out.
You're getting. I forgot. I was gonna watch that. So we talk about it. I'm so sorry.
Again, it's one of those things. There's a couple of jokes. So I think the funniest jokes in that you won't get unless you've watched a lot of Star Trek.
Well, that's what New Rockstars is there for. So I can learn. I can get the Easter eggs and hints.
Yeah. There's what was one of the details I noticed in the beginning of the first episode? There was there's a ship that shows up that it's cool that it was. I don't think it had been canon before. I know one of them, which I didn't know existed until I saw it later, was the Snipe class, which was another type of Romulan bird of prey with downswept wings instead of upswept. But there was something else I noticed in there. And we also got to see a Miranda class fighting, which was cool. We got to see more of at the very end, we got to see the Titan, the Luna class fighting, which was also always cool to see. So, and we got references to Gary Mitchell, who was in one of the very first episodes of Star Trek ever.
Right.
You don't know who that is.
I don't.
He was a man who, I forget how the circumstances that lead to it, but he gets godlike powers.
I like that. You're real quick to be like, you don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no one does, Gary. So yeah, great show. I can't wait to watch more of it on Thursdays.
When's Dune come out? Do you remember?
Fall.
Venom v Carnage got pushed back
October 22nd. Venom.
It got pushed back 3 weeks, but we still don't have a trailer. Or we still don't have a release date.
October 15th, 2021.
Oh, now we do. I guess we do now. They said that they pushed it back 3 weeks.
Venom. Spider-Man still don't have a trailer.
It's never coming.
I wonder if they're getting ready to delay it.
Well, they're either going to delay it or they're going to release the trailer. Like, we're going to get the trailer during Venom. Like, because that's another Sony based. Like,
but did they not learn their lesson from Solo? Where they didn't market it until like 2 months before it came out.
Disney thinks with this like multiverse stuff going on, and everyone's like, the fans are kind of trying to keep everyone interested in Spider-Man.
Apparently, Willem Dafoe failed to straight up deny rumors that he was in the next Spider-Man.
Of course.
So now all the fans are going nuts
because they all do. Every one of them have failed. We've got to. if what this dude says is true, the fact that he says like I worked for.
What if they release the trailer for Spider-Man a year after it comes out? And it's a timeline thing.
That would be cool. I'd be very happy.
Be weird.
Or
do they know at this point that people are going to see it? They don't need a trailer.
They don't need it. Well, they don't. Especially the fact I think this is going to be a hard film to have a trailer. Because with that script thing being supposedly leaked and the whole story of what's going to happen in this film, if anything lines up at all with that script, this film just got completely ruined for a lot of people.
Oh.
So
don't tell us about it.
I won't. But I'm just saying, like, I read through the script. And it's great. It sounds good on paper. But that's because it's on paper.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of stuff they
mention,
can't
by
show.
the way, I just thought of this. We never acknowledged that Zach's not here.
No, ignore it. Oh, wait. You're talking about Zach? Okay, we can talk about that.
We never acknowledged that he's not here.
Yeah, Zach's not here.
He's not. He left us to find a better podcast.
We made a joke. We said there was 3, and then one mic popped away.
Yeah, but we weren't explicit about Zach's not here, which should be obvious by the fact that you haven't heard him in the last half hour. But
is that obvious, considering that sometimes we don't even let him speak?
Maybe not. So what else did you have to talk about, Ryan?
Absolutely nothing. I don't actually have anything.
Oh.
I was like, let's make this a chill, relaxed episode. Let's just all talk. Let's just make some jokes.
And then we got mad about the sequel trilogy again.
Yeah, because we can't not talk about Star Wars. Yeah. I think it's because there's a lot of Star Wars stuff
there
in
is.
Maybe
now that Bad Batch is done and we don't have another one until December with Book of Boba Fett, it'll calm down a little bit.
Probably
but then Star Trek.
Probably not. We'll get a Kenobi trailer.
I don't think Discovery has a trailer yet, or it has a release date yet. Which I hate that I'm kind of getting interested in it again, because season 3 just ended so bad.
You have the Orville.
There's no release date for season 3 or for season 3 yet.
Oh, did you get?
They said they finished it.
Did you get your little model?
Uh-huh.
Did you get your model? Did you put it together
a while ago?
Did you put it together?
What model?
Didn't you say you were getting a model of the Orville?
I already got it. It was one of the Eagle Moss ones, so it's already built and painted and all that.
Oh, I thought you were.
Yeah,
Okay.
Eagle Moss is great. If you never heard of them, if you like Star Trek or any or a lot of sci-fi stuff, they don't make anything Star Wars, but they make incredible models. They're so detailed. They're pretty much entirely die cast metal,
Oh, I like that.
and the way the stands are designed, they aren't like posts where like they stick into the bottom of the ship. They're actually clamps, kind of. They're like grips that actually slide onto different parts of the ship.
Wow. Okay.
So the ship has no, like, all the way around is designed to look like on the show. And then it hooks onto the stand. So it can be in, like, more dynamic poses and stuff like that. They're really cool.
You should bring this thing. I want to see
I'll
it.
bring some of them. I have a ton of them. I have a ton of the Star Wars ones.
How big is it? Is it just like a...
The Orville one is this long. It's 8 or 12 inches long.
Oh, okay.
But most of the Star Trek models I have are 6-inch.
Cool. Okay.
So, yeah, I'll scare up some of them. I have a lot of them are in my storage unit, but I have a couple of the hero ships, the Enterprises and stuff,
Right.
that I actually keep with all my more valued stuff.
Huh.
But yeah, I'll bring them.
Yeah, I want to see them.
I also have a Deep Space Nine, which is cool, which is this big around,
Oh, okay.
and it's the space station Deep Space Nine.
That's
cool.
You have the Enterprise too. What's that big one? That's a Lego set.
That
right?
one's
That's
the
a
Mega Block
set.
Yeah, that one's huge.
Yeah, I was always terrified to touch it.
It's so
It's
massive.
kind of like if you bought the UCS.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was a UCS
Guns.
Enterprise.
Yeah, if you buy that or the UCS like
It took me 5 days to build it.
Falcon, if you drop like Han Solo did, or I guess Harrison Ford did. Did you ever watch that video before?
Yeah, I
That he
think
threw someone's like Lego set of the UCS. It's amazing.
that's horrifying.
I
That is literally days of work.
Yeah, the guy who built it looked like that too. You could tell that his life, he's like, I'll never get that time back.
Yeah.
Which if I was him, I'd be like, I don't want to build this again. I'm done.
Yeah.
This is it.
But
I don't know about you, but I've lost. I don't have anything to talk about.
okay. Do you want to end the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
How long are we at? Did we make it 40?
We're about that, yeah.
Okay.
So
that's good.
Thanks for listening in our new time slot. We're now Mondays at the same time.
I'll
which
put another Twitter
I tell
post.
it to upload at 11, but who knows? It takes all the different RSS feeds. Whoever knows how long. It's definitely on by 3 p.m. By 3 p.m. It's up everywhere. But
I should check Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah, because that sucks. They only got two likes. I posted. Who was my likes? Who liked it? It says I have 2 likes, but it only Dally only Dally shows up. Anyway, I posted. Hey, new episode. I posted it. I'm getting better. And
On the pop culture one or on yours?
on mine,
Oh.
like with a link to the episode.
But yeah, so you should go follow us on social media. We promise we'll get better at using it. Pop Culture Unboxing.
I'm working on it.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you want to find Zach, you can find him at _leaf on Twitter. And then, do you want to do the spiel for him? The underscore.
The underscore is important because he's not a middle-aged Brazilian woman.
Yep. And then he's Little Leaf, Lief on. They're both Lief on Twitch, where he does poker on Sundays.
Yeah.
Me, myself, Matt. I'm Matt Rossvio on Twitter and Jan Jinkle on Twitch. Yeah.
You guys don't care what mine is.
Riki Tiki 252. I remember it.
Yeah. Instagram though, I've always lied to you. It's still Red Steak Ryan.
I know.
As of right now.
Because every day Instagram tells me you tagged Heinz Field in that post you made 2 weeks ago.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe because I don't open it and look at it. But every day I have a new notification saying Red Steak Ryan tagged Heinz Field.
It really
Yes, every day. It might be up on there right now. It's not.
Look at my sunburn, Matt. Look at it.
No. So, yeah. Thank you all for listening. Bye. I love you.
Bye. Have fun.